Yo, what's going on, man? Today is June the 12th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now, also live on YouTube as well. Y'all know the vibes, as we always are. One game, of course, today, the NBA Finals may end tonight. The books are telling us that the NBA Finals will end tonight. You got the Denver Nuggets laying 8.5 points, 9 points, depending on where you're shopping. Back at the crib, looking to close out the series. The Miami Heat hanging on by a thread. Losing both games in Miami did not help their cause after splitting in Denver between games 1 and 2. So yeah, 3-1 series lead for the Denver Nuggets in this one. So I'm gonna get into it, but before I do, man, as you guys enter, I ask that you hit the like button for me, comment on the video, call your people, text your people, tell them that the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show is on, and let's get to it. Quick recap of what we did in game number 4. I only had one official play, and that was the under. I think it was 211.5, whatever the total was. I gave a lot of analysis on the under. Great talking points, and if you're new trying to learn how to cap the NBA, I would definitely recommend going back and watch the last episode of the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show where I kind of break down this total in a little more detail. So, with that being said, I think we're 5-1. Game that was game 4. Game 3 we went 4-1. So 5-1 in the last 6 plays. Kind of racking it up, which makes me feel good, and it's a good way to go out throughout the season. I think about 63, 64% in the playoffs overall, which is a really good hit rate if you're just playing singles, and you're definitely gonna be profitable. So YouTube membership group, we've been doing pretty good in the NBA, and tonight might be the last night. At least I'm anticipating to be in the last night of the NBA season for the 2022-2023 season. So let's jump right into it, man. Not here to prolong it at all. What I'm so let's I did this last game, but I want to do this again. I want to talk about the side first. So whether how I'm kind of looking to play the spread if I had to, and then after I talk about the spread, I'll jump into the total. Um, and let you guys know how I would play the total if I had to make a play in this one. So 8.5 is a lot. I tweeted this out on Friday night after game 4 ended. I was like, man, if you're taking Denver, you're taking them to win by double digits, or you just gotta take the points with the Heat if you are into playing aside. If I'm looking at this game, so first let's break it down. So Miami won game 2. Miami won game 2 because they had a hell of a fourth quarter. Tyler Hero may be back tonight. We'll get that updated information here shortly, but he is expected to give it a go. Injury news otherwise is all pretty much the same. But jumping into this, so the Miami won game 2, and in that game 2, Duncan Robinson, I meant to say, was the guy who kind of put the team on his back at the beginning of the second quarter. Miami had an offensive rating of 189.5, and I talked about that being the best offensive rating of any team throughout the last 2 seasons. And I want to say that was something like 5,280 games. I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but we hadn't seen anything like that. This run from Miami in the playoffs has been pretty ridiculous. It's been insane. They've been shooting the 3-point ball really, really well, and we know that that's the key to the game for them. If they need a lot of variance, they need the game to be played at a slow pace because they want to limit the possessions for Denver. They don't want to get out and run in transition because Denver is one of the better defensive transition defenses in the league. So is the Miami Heat, and that's why we've kind of seen all these games kind of played at a slower pace. You add in that the Miami Heat's been playing a little bit of zone because the Denver Nuggets offense is pretty elite. I don't think that they're getting enough credit for what they've been able to do on the offensive end. I saw a stat earlier that said, I think maybe on Saturday morning, that said that the Denver Nuggets offensive rating is a one. I want to say it's a 118, and I think I got it in my notes section. I want to say it's a 118 is the Denver Nuggets offensive rating throughout the entirety of the playoffs. And to put that in perspective, let me just get to the notes because I want to make sure I want to make sure I'm telling y'all the truth. I don't want to make none of this stuff up. Um, let's see, what is it that I saw? Yeah, I want to say I don't see it right now, but I want to say Denver's offensive rating is a 118 point something, which in comparison, to put that in perspective, that's what the Sacramento Kings offensive rating was in the regular season. And we know Sacramento was an extremely efficient, really good offense. They have one of the better offenses we've seen, in the last few years. Probably dating back to the Golden State days when they had Kevin Durant. So that's what the Denver Nuggets have been able to do in the postseason. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra, because even though the Miami Heat aren't winning games, they are finding a way to slow this team down. The points per game that Denver is averaging is the lowest that they've averaged throughout the entirety of the playoffs, but really doesn't matter because Denver can win games. They can win ugly games. They can win high scoring games. They can win low scoring games. And that's one of the reasons I think the series is over. All due respect to Miami. Not at all. A lot of people think just because you're betting on one team, you absolutely talking trash about the other. I think I talked about this before, man. If you're playing a game of spades and if you know how to play spades, you can only do so much with the hand that you're dealt, right? If you don't have an ace, if you don't have a joker, if you don't have the big joker, and no pun intended when I say joker, but if you don't have those things, it's really really hard to win the game. So shout out to everything Spoelstra's been able to do. I do think that the series ends tonight. Of course, I don't think that we're going back to Miami for Game 6. As far as this point spread go, the 3 games that Denver did win, they did win all of them by double digits. 2 of those games actually came on the road, so that's kind of why I see this, series not necessarily. I think the line is appropriate. Of course, you would love to get a 7, a 6.5 with the Denver Nuggets in this spot, but that's one of the reasons why you can play it live. I will be looking to play a live play. In my estimation, it's the last game of the season, so I don't want to have no bets in on the game. But I also I'm way more of a disciplined better than just to be out here putting money on stuff that could potentially happen that I don't really feel extremely confident about. So not forcing bets is one of the things I kind of pride myself on being able to do. And I don't want to force anything in this game, especially give it artificial. So I don't necessarily like the 9. I think the number is a tad bit too high. But if Denver wins this game, I could absolutely see it going, seeing it be a 12, 13-point game. The Miami Heat, not a team that's going to really lay down and quit. The problem with not laying down and quitting, they haven't laid down and quit in any of the other games. The fourth quarter has been their best quarter throughout the entirety of the postseason. But at the same time, they've lost both fourth quarters in Game 3 and Game 4 as well. So I could see Denver, getting off to a big lead, which I kind of anticipate them to. And I can see them kind of coasting throughout the rest of the game. I feel like the number is extremely appropriate, which is why I'm not touching this spread. I can see Denver winning this game by 12. I can see Miami fighting to the end and losing this game by 5 or 6 points as well. So not touching the spread. As far as the total in this one is 210 at most books. I think it's some 209s out there as well. And I kind of feel indifferent about the total as well, man. You look at these team totals. Sometimes when I can't figure out the total specifically, I look at the team totals. And Denver is 109 and a half. Miami is 100 and a half now. It opened up at 99 and a half. It's up to 100 and a half. So books are anticipating another, pretty slow paced game. And I'm also anticipating a pretty slow paced game. I don't think that there's a way that Miami can win this game if they play at an extremely fast pace. You don't want to get out into a shootout with the Denver Nuggets. Also, think Miami's the more fatigued team. They're definitely the more injured team, right? Their soldiers are kind of falling down. I don't think that Jimmy Butler is 100%, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but I don't think he's 100%. It's of course Tyler Hero's trying to make his return, but I just feel like this team collectively, is the team that's a little more fatigued, a little more hurt in my estimation. So as far as team totals go, I think it's you look at 100 and a half for the Miami Heat, the number seems extremely low until you look at what Denver's been able to do defensively. Denver has been, we always everybody kind of gloats about their offense. Denver has been elite defensively. This team has been super elite. Shout out to one of the beat writers I follow. One of the things that I screenshotted that I wanted to share with you guys is Denver's wins in this series. So the Heat, their three least efficient offensive performances throughout the entirety of the postseason, and I want to say they played upwards to 20, 21 games now, have been in this finals, right? So if you take out game two, their least inefficient games offensively have been in these three finals. They've been held. The Nuggets have allowed fewer than 105 points per 100 possessions in three of the four games, and if you take out the fourth quarter of game number two, then you could say, maybe even four. So not only has Denver been elite offensively, and Miami's been has struggled to stop Jamal Murray, to stop Jokic, the pick and roll. There's something to say about how well they've been playing defensively as well. Another thing I want to talk about was a quote that I saw um, from Mr. Mike Malone, Coach Mike Malone. And he says that our approach has to be that we're down 3-1. They're desperate, meaning the Miami Heat. We have to be more desperate. They're hungry. We have to be hungrier. And I want to say, I kind of want to discredit Denver. I kind of want to say, you know what, like Miami's going to come in here and potentially pull off an upset. But we haven't seen this. We haven't seen Miami. Denver really slip up. In my estimation, they had a chance. The Lakers had a chance to, kind of take game four, and Denver was able to get them out of the way. Um, we saw Phoenix, have a chance, and Denver absolutely buried them in game number six as well, um, on the road. So I don't think that Denver, in my estimation, has a lack of focus at all. I think Denver will they know what the goal is. They know that they're not trying to get on any more flights unless they're going, across the world to party and have fun. I think they get the job done today. I also think that they do it on the defensive end. I don't think that Denver lets up defensively in this game at all. So let's see. I want to look at one thing that I didn't get a chance to look at. So Denver this season, um, so far, when they're in a closeout game and they can win, they are win in advance in the series against the Timberwolves. They lost the first one. That was game number 4. They lost by 6 points. They lost that game 108 to 114. Against the Timberwolves, when they made it back home, they won that game 112 to 109. They did not cover the spread in that game. However, they did win and eliminate the Minnesota Timberwolves. That game was also the only game that went over with Denver in closeout games. Against the Suns, 125 to 100. They gave up 100 points to the Phoenix Suns. They won that game by 25, so of course they covered the spread. That game went under. Against the Lakers in game 4, 113 to 111. They were 3.5-point dogs in that game. They won and covered the spread. That game also went under. So these games are 3-1 to the under when Denver is in a closeout game. And that's, if I had to make a play today, I think the Miami team total at 100.5 is a tad bit too high. And I know that number is extremely low, but if I'm playing, that's probably what I'm playing. And the reason why, you look at Miami has struggled to score the ball throughout the entirety of this series. They have game totals of what? I know it's not 100 points. They scored 93 in game number 1, 94, and 95. So because Miami has struggled to score the ball, I think that they continue to struggle to score the ball in this game. I don't think that they go over. I think if anything, Miami plays their best defensive performance. I don't think that it's enough. And I think that, they kind of hold the Denver Nuggets down. The Nuggets team total is 109.5 today. The interesting thing about the Denver Nuggets team total being at 109.5 is they haven't scored 110 points in this series. Every single game has gone. They've gone under that total, 104, 108, 109, and 108. And we were burned in game number 1 and game number 2 by taking the Nuggets team total to go over. The Nuggets have gone under their team total twice in this series. And the games that they went over by 1 point in both games, and they still are up 3-1. And that's what I mean when I say that they can win ugly games. So I know the total has dropped a little bit, but it's come back up now just a tad bit to this 210. If I'm playing, I'm probably looking at the Miami Heat team total to go under. And it's simple for me with the Miami Heat team total, right? If Miami isn't shooting 45%, 42% from the 3-point line, I don't think that they have an opportunity to make to take the tough twos. I don't think that that's going to win the game, and I think that they just got to go out and shoot the ball. We know that Max Strus and Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent they've really taken a step back from what they were able to do in the last the first three rounds of the playoffs. So I think Denver continues to close out well on those shooters. I think Denver continues to make it really, really difficult for Miami to score in the half court, and they continue to play really, really good transition defense. Continue to hit the boards, continue to box out, not give up a lot of easy opportunities, and I think Miami struggles to score the ball. If you go back to the last point that I'm gonna make is if you go back to game number 4, see if I can find it real quick. If you go back to game 4, Miami had a 30-point quarter. They scored 30 points in the second quarter after scoring only 21 in the first quarter. They still didn't get to 100 points. Effective field goal percentage of 50%. It's not good enough. 50% is not good enough. Still lose the game by 13. And Denver really picked the defense up in the second half. 22 points in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So I like Miami team total to go under. I didn't play it officially. I do think that at the end of the day, like I said, shout out to Miami. They fought hard. It's just not enough, though. It's not enough. I also think that Denver could win this game, 104-89. I think they could win this game 106-95. Like, all of those kind of make sense to me. I think that Miami's just going to try to slow the game down, muck the game up. You don't want to get out and try to run in transition. Tyler Hero coming back doesn't really move the needle for me at all, because I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to play. I'm not sure how effective he's going to be. So as far as the total goes, I know he can't guard anybody, but I don't know how long Spoelstra, sticks him out there. I think it'll be kind of experimental. If he comes in and has a big impact early, then I think that, you probably run with him a little bit more. But if not, you probably yank him and don't put him back in. You also don't want to hurt this man. Tyler Hero will be making $30 million a year for the next 4 years in Miami. So you can't take away, that shooting hand. You don't want to, impact him at all in a bad way. So that's how I see the total. I'm playing under, or I'm playing nothing at all. Historical trends don't bode well for that, but I'm not always following the trends in this one. So that's how I feel about the total. That's how I feel about the side. No play at all. But if I'm playing anything, I'm looking at Miami team total to go under. Let's talk about a few props. So first, let's see what updated lines we have. The one that sticks out, that should stick out to everyone is Jamal Murray assists. He's coming off another 12 assist game. He's had 10 assists or more in every single game. They did bump the line up right now. I think it's all the way up to 8.5, but the potential assists are there. I think he's averaging 18 potential assists on the series. So 8.5 feels extremely doable for how many times, for how much he's going to have the ball in his hands. His usage rate has been through the roof, whether he's scoring or assisting, and it's been a lot of assists to Jokic, who has the highest field goal percentage of anybody playing in the postseason. So would not be mad at all for anybody wanting to play Jamal Murray assists. He has a usage rate of 21.9 in the last game, 40.5% assist percentage. But I also feel like Jokic gets his guys back involved. I talked about Jokic going under 10.5 assists. In the last game, if you played that, it cashed. It was just a lean for me. I think he only had like 6 assists in the last. How many assists did he have? He had 4 assists in the last game. So I think they probably get him, a little bit more involved. But another thing I want to mention as far as like the side in this one, Denver loses game 2 in Denver. They go to Miami, and Jokic and Jamal Murray become the first 2 guys on the same team to have 30-point triple-doubles. And then after they have 30-point triple-doubles, game 4, they don't do as much. Jamal Murray had 15 points, just 15 points on 5 for 17 shooting. He shot 29% from the field, but he does have 12 assists. So you take his points, you go under. They go under. Jokic, 23 points and 12 rebounds, only 4 assists in that game. Only 8 for 19 from the floor, 42% from the field, which is by far his worst shooting game, of course, as well in the postseason. So what that tells me is that the other players stepped up, and I don't think it's far fetched at all. You're kind of waiting for these guys to have breakout games. We saw it in every pretty much every single series. Jamal Murray and Jokic are the leaders of the ship, but Aaron Gordon 27-point game shouldn't really surprise too many people. We know what he's capable of. He's talked about his role kind of diminishing and him accepting that to sacrifice to win a championship. KCP only 7 points in the last game, but we saw Michael Porter Jr. still go under his point prop, but he's out there playing really good defense, boxing out, getting rebounds. He was a plus 13 in the plus minus, and then of course Bruce Brown off the bench, really great game there. Something that he could absolutely do again. 8 for 11 in the last game, 21 points. He hit three of his five threes, and game game three, I'm sorry, was also a Christian Braun game. So Miami just has Denver just has a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, and you never know, whose game is truly going to be. Could it be a KCP game? Absolutely. Could it be a Michael Porter Jr. game? Absolutely. And that's, for that reason, I'm not really looking at any of these props in too much detail, but I do think Jamal Murray to go over his assists, is a good look. I think Jokic probably, gets to his assists as well. If I'm playing Aaron Gordon, I'm probably looking at his points plus, probably his PRA, just because he's been so involved, rebounding, assisting, six assists, 7 rebounds. He's very unselfish, and 27 points to go along with all of those. He's the guy that's always going to be the beneficiary because you can't help but so much on Jamal Murray and Jokic. So points, if I'm looking at props, I'm probably looking at Aaron Gordon to go over his PRA line and Jamal Murray to go over his assists. Don't really want to touch Jokic in this game. He did roll his ankle. I'm pretty sure he'll muster up enough energy to go in this one, and they probably been treating it around the clock. So expect him to be fine in this one. KCP threes is interesting. He hit 2, finally broke through and hit 2. He shot 2 for 5 in the last game. I think 1.5 is plus money, and this feels like a spot we could cash out big on KCP to potentially hit 3. In a game where he's kind of, I don't want to say due, but he should be, in a spot where he's going to get those same wide open looks. And I can see KCP going over his 3-point prop. So I like KCP. I like Aaron Gordon, PRA, and I like Jamal Murray to go over his assists. If I'm playing Miami Heat player props, honestly, I'm not looking at anything. I have no idea which one of these guys I could trust, but I'll tell you guys something that you might find a little funny, but I think is probably going to be profitable. Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, and Kyle Lowry. I think all of their points props are like around 9.5, 10.5. If you take the under on all of them, right, just one unit play on all 4 of those guys, you're probably going to win 3 of those bets just because all of them have been so inconsistent. You don't know which one is going to be to have a good game, but you look at Strus shooting in the last game, 0 for 4. Could he bounce back? Absolutely. Gabe Vincent, 1 for 6. Early foul trouble again, only had 2 points. Same thing with a guy like Kyle Lowry. I wouldn't be betting on the under for Caleb Martin just because I feel like Caleb Martin is going to get his minutes now that he's healthy. But you don't know what you're going to get from Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry. I do think Duncan probably plays a little bit more, so I wouldn't be looking at Duncan under. I'll probably be playing Duncan to go over. But the rest of these guys, I think I'm just playing the under and living with the results just because Miami's been averaging about 94 points per game, 95 points per game in the 3 losses. And it's because they haven't been getting any help from any of these other guys. So that's how I'm kind of looking at the player props. If I'm playing, trying to guess which one of these guys from Miami is going to go under, I think I just put a little bit on all of them to go under. And you probably end up making more money than you lose because, with Miami, it's typically only 1 or 2 that's going to, play up the competition and be able to kind of get their shots to fall outside of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So yeah, those are my thoughts for the game. No official plays, like I said, but my favorite look would be Miami team total to go under the 100.5 points since that line has come up just a tad bit. Now I'm at the point where I'm gonna go through the comments real quick, and if you guys got to request anything that it is that you want to share, let me know what it is. Send me a request. Prolific, my guy says he's staying off. Staying off. The pastor told me to say hello, so he said he in church today. Nah, Aiden. Aiden says, Chris, did you post anything in the VIP? Haven't seen anything yet. I have not posted anything, Aiden, because I haven't played anything. I only give you guys what I play, and I don't have a bet, man. I don't want you guys losing money. I'm not trying to lose money, but I did. Hopefully, you were able to hear, the top looks if I had to play anything. I think if I play anything, it will be live. If I can catch Denver at a shorter number, I'll probably jump on that. Say Miami starts hot, I'll probably jump on that. If the total goes up to 220, 215, 217, I'm probably jumping in on a lot under as well. But those, that's kind of how I see the game. Tell you guys this: if Miami hasn't made 5 3-pointers at halftime, 5 to 10 3-pointers, and they're not shooting 38 to 40%, from the field, then you just wait for them to get hot maybe in the third quarter, and Denver, then you take Denver, because I think Denver will pick it up defensively, and kind of make sure that they don't have to go back to Miami in this one. David said last day of school vibes. Yeah, I would definitely agree there. Let's see. Cap says, Chris, if the NBA finals come to an end tonight, will you be holding the Twitter spaces, YouTube space, and capping WNBA? Yeah, I'll get into doing a little bit more shows for the WNBA, but it probably won't be every single day. Like no WNBA today, but it's literally a WNBA game or more every day. I think after today for the rest of the week. I was already kind of looking ahead. I watched all the games yesterday. Just kind of looking ahead, still kind of getting my foot in, not really wanting to share a lot of plays or just kind of writing out leans and seeing how things go. Sometimes when when you betting, you gotta you gotta be able to sit on the sidelines and learn before you just jump out there. So that's what I've been kind of doing with the WNBA. I leaned Sparks yesterday. They were not able to get it done. Got smacked up pretty bad. I think they probably bounce back tomorrow. The Liberty are really, really good. Brianna Stewart is super nice. That offense is really, really good. Thought the Aces would bounce back being back at home. They covered the first half, lost the full game by half a point, only winning the game by 13, and the line was 13 and a half. Excuse me. So yeah, I've been definitely paying attention. What's up, Sean? What up, Fremons? Coop says if the season ends tonight, I want to give you your flowers and say thank you, Chris, for for what you do for everybody that contributes to the show. Great NBA season, y'all, for sure. Appreciate that as well, Coop. Hendry says they like the over 209 and a half. Best of luck if you take that. I will say if you're taking the over, you're looking for Miami to be able to score. I can't trust Miami to be able to score. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of stayed off the over. Um, Going to play these series leaders for fun. Jokic to lead in assists at plus 1200, and Duncan to lead in 3-point props plus 1900. Okay, cool. LJ says, "What's up, Chris? Going back to the well, Denver first half -5. They're 9-3 against the spread at home in the playoffs in the first half. I like that one, LJ. I like that one a lot. Joker 10 assists. Do you like? I would play the over on Jokic assists. Typically, when he goes under, he goes over in the next game. That's just how the flow kind of happens, Ryan. So I would lean towards Joker to go over 10 assists, but it's not that I played official. Shadow says, would you put Hero to 5 points in a parlay? I know he's going to play limited minutes, but it's still 5 points. I wouldn't touch Tyler Hero. I have no idea what you're getting from Tyler Hero, but best of luck. I think if you take Tyler Hero, take him to score 10, 12 points. I know his lines came out like 8.5. I would just go up. Like it's the last game of the season. Have some fun with it. Don't go too crazy, but don't take him at his baseline. Either fade him altogether and take his under, or take him to score 12 13 points. I don't think that he has a big game today. Just my estimation, my perspective. Let's see. Caleb over 9.5, Jimmy over 6 assists, Struce over 2.5 rebounds, Laurie over 4 assists. I can see all of those happening. Not playing any of them, but I can see those happening. Joker doesn't care about scoring. He will be passing today. I agree with that, Hendry. Absolutely. Do I think Jokic hits 5.5 free throws? No idea, Keon. I will have to go back and look at his free throw numbers. I haven't looked at those at all, so I can't give you any analysis on that. Struce over his rebounds, bro. Struce might be sitting on the bench. He might be the reason why Tyler Hero is in the game. So I'm not looking at Struce to go over anything. Um, Appreciate you, Hendry, for sure. Live bet is what it is. Grab a bench player. Frank says. Think KCP covers the 5.5 rebounds. I do, Keon. I do think that I'm sorry, MPJ. I do think that MPJ has a good game today. I would be taking this over or not really looking at him at all. Especially on the rebound front. I think he's probably the guy that's due for a pretty good game. I will say that his minutes can be cut; they can be shredded, especially if uh, you know guys like Bruce Brown, Christian Brown come off the bench. So nothing official for me, but I think Michael Porter Jr. goes over the 5.5 rebounds. That number keeps coming down. He's getting a lot of rebounds per minute too. Looking at Tyler Hero, 2 assists at plus money. Bruce Brown over 15.5 points plus rebounds. Old Brooklyn Net dog. What's up, VG? My God. Hero will affect everyone on the Heat but Bam and Jimmy, taking the under on the others. I kind of see it going that way as well, FYF. All right, so let's kick it. Enough of me talking. Let's kick it to some other people that have done their homework as well. Finesse is up first. Talk to me, Finesse. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, bro? How are you feeling today?
Hey, bro, I feel better if I could get a better number with Denver, but I'm all right. How you feeling?
Fucking tell me about it, bro. I just want to extend what Duty and Chad was talking about. I expect this to be the last game of the season. So this might be the last time that we all kind of coming together, chopping it up for a little while. So I just wanted to give you, everybody else that is up here on a consistent basis, their flowers. It's hard work, you know what I'm saying, grinding every single day. And trying to provide for the people. So there's a couple guys that's been up here, you know, almost every day, dropping gems, making money for the people, and then you organizing all of this and getting us together every single day. We appreciate you, bro. I think I speak for everybody in here. We appreciate you. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. We ain't here for the mushy shit, though. Let me get to the plays. So, first play I'm on is Nikola Jokic to lead the game in scoring. So, I was looking for a way to back Joker. I was looking at his PRA. I was looking at his points. I'm scrolling down, looking at some alternate lines, and I see I don't usually. I think one other time I bet a prop like this. I don't usually bet this market, and I see the little tab on FanDuel, and I open it, and it's plus money, and I couldn't believe it. So I look into it, and I don't know how I can't take this. So, you know, Miami's had no. You know, we've said this throughout the series. Miami has had no answer for Joker this series. He's dominated the paint, showing 40%, 47% from three, 44% from three in this series alone. And he's aggressively looking for a shot all series, not something that he always does. He's been a top scorer in 2 of the 4 games so far. But, you know, taking a closer look at the games he wasn't, it was the Jamal Murray game in game 3, dropped 34, while Joker dropped 32. So still right there. I mean, that was a game where Murray shot 55% from the floor, 50% from 3, and he hasn't really been able to duplicate that elite efficiency. You know, he's been amazing. The playmaker's been amazing, but that's elite efficiency, and he hasn't really been able to copy that in any other game in the series. The other miss was the AG game that you talked about last game. An amazing performance by Aaron Gordon, but obviously an outlier, right? Without expecting him to drop 27 points, you know, really any other time. So where we at? Yeah, and that was the game Joker also missed 5 or 6 minutes of game time in the fourth quarter due to foul trouble. So you think if he plays those minutes, he at least has a shot to be the top scorer in the game. Only competition I really see for this prop is Jamal Murray and Jimmy Butler. You know, Jimmy Butler, you talked about it earlier, not fully healthy. He's been guarded really, really well throughout the series, throwing different bodies at him. AG's done a great job defensively on him. So he hasn't really been that guy that's going to give you 30 plus. Jamal Murray's done it, obviously, like I just said. But I'm not expecting that. Where am I? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and another point I wanted to make, Murray's game is a little bit more containable than Joker's is. Joker's just unstoppable, right? True 3-level scorer. The touch around the rim, he just dominates wherever he's at. We've seen Miami, especially as the series has gone older, we've seen Miami kind of adjust and guard Jamal Murray better, right? Sending more guys at him, crowding the elbows, crowding his drives, and making him play make. And that's why we've seen a lead playmaker from him. So, you know, I'm projecting 30 plus for Joker, which I think is going to be enough. You look at his game logs where he's seeing as many minutes as he'll see, you know, 40 plus, averaging over 30 a game. What I also wanted to point out, shout out to our guy, YBB Sports Data. If you're not following him, you should be. He put out a little Curie. Hold on one second. So these are games where closeout games after Joker's failed to hit 52 PRAs in a game, right? If you want to hit 52 PRAs, obviously a majority that's going to be scoring. So in the closeout game after he didn't cover 52 PRAs, just looking at his points, he dropped 30, 43, 30, 30, 29, 29, and 43. So averaging well over 30 a game in those games. So I think we see vintage Joker as we have throughout the whole series. I think he scores 30 plus, and I think that's enough to cover this prop. It's pretty much the same thing as the 29.5 in my eyes, right? But you're getting plus money, and you're getting a little safety, right? I think he scored 27, 28 in a game we're expecting not that many possessions, not that many points. I think he scored 27, 28 and still cashed his prop without cashing his points line. So Joker top scorer. My next play, you talked about it, Tyler Hero. I'm fading that man. I'm going under 7.5 points, minus 130 on FanDuel. Obviously, a surprise entry into the rotation. So many unknowns, so many ways to go under, as you were talking about. The man hasn't played basketball in 2 months. And I think it's just a huge ask. Even a 7.5 point line, right? We've never seen that with Hero. He's usually around 20. But not playing in 2 months is a tall task, a really tall task, and then being thrown, game 5 in the closeout game, desperation game in the NBA Finals. I just think it's too much. So many passes, like I said, for him to go under. He could play. I'm expecting around 20 minutes, like you said earlier. He could play even less than that. He could re-aggravate the injury. Let's hope not, but it's a possibility. He could simply be played out of the rotation, due to, like you mentioned, lack of defense, lack of conditioning, or just lack of production in general. Even when he's on the floor, he's going to see some tough matchups, right? KCP, AG, Bruce Brown. So I just think it's a really tall task. 7.5. I think I missed the best of the line. I think it opened a little higher than that, and I think it's 6.5 now. So I feel like we got the sweet spot on the line. Still some safety there, right? He can nail a couple of buckets and still go under this line. So those are the two officials. I think Denver's going to win this game. I mentioned it before. People talk a lot about adjustments, this, adjustments, that. It's game 5, right? That kind of goes out the window. We playing ball now, and guys just got to make shots. I think Miami. I don't think the Nuggets even played a great game last game. They got out rebounded for what seems like I think maybe the first time in the series. They got outpointed in the paint, which was also a big thing for them, a big advantage for them throughout the series. And they still won by double digits. So, their top 2 guys combined for 36% from the floor, and they still won by double digits. I just don't know what else Miami can do. They look tired. Jimmy looks ineffective. He looks hurt. They're rather going to, like you said, shoot over 50% from 3 and just make their shots and win this game. But I think that's the only path. I think that's the only path there. So I'm not taking a 9. I want something to pair with Denver money line. I'm hoping somebody can say something to kind of spark something for me. I'm still looking for that pairing. But I'm going to be taking Denver money line in some form or fashion. Only lean would be Duncan Robinson. You mentioned earlier, I think he played 25 minutes. I think that's his floor today in terms of minutes. They need him. I know he had called on defense, but they need his scoring. They need his ability to put the ball in the basket. So, over 1.5 threes was pretty juiced, but I lean that way as well. It should be a great game, bro. Joker top scorer, plus 110. Tyler Hero under 7.5 points. And I'm taking Denver to win, just looking for something else. I know I talked a lot, but I appreciate you, bro. I think it's going to be a great night. I think it's going to be the last night of the NBA, but I think it's going to be a great night to make money. So good luck to everybody, and we appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Finesse, before you go, bro, I appreciate you as well, man. All the kind words right back at you for sure. We've been doing this thing for a minute now, Finesse. And you always come with the facts, man. It's never, it's just some opinion. Got to be some opinion, but you always, do your homework, bro. And I appreciate that. Before you drop, Finesse, I got a couple questions for you. So first one, it could be short answers. First one, if you had to play the spread, if you absolutely had to, somebody said, Finesse, you got to play the spread. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing with it? Denver? Okay.
Yeah, I know Miami's going to get a lot of love. It's a lot of points. I don't think Denver's played up to their potential in this series, and they still winning multiple games by double digits. So gun in my head, Denver to win by double digits.
Okay. All right. Here's the second one, Finesse. The second one is I be getting these DMs, bro, and I'm starting to think some people just delusional, but I try to always be a rational guy. I got a DM that says Heat in 7. This is since we started the show. I got a DM that says Heat in 7. I also got a DM that says somebody DM me. I haven't been on Twitter at all today. Anthony Slater, which is a guy that I respect. I think he covers the Golden State Warriors. He says the Denver Nuggets are scheduled to leave for Miami at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. So this guy just DM'd me the tweet, and he said thoughts. And I replied and said, they're going on vacation to the Bahamas and just stopping by there first. And I thought, maybe he was thinking that, Miami was was Denver was going back to play in Miami again. But he responded, MPJ probably just forgot something at the arena, and I said it probably his jump shot. So I don't think that one was serious. But I'm at the mindset now that if Miami loses this game, I think it'll be people saying Miami in 9. I'm not 100% sure. Is there a way, Finesse, other than Miami, getting extremely hot from the 3-point line, that they can win this game tonight, in your estimation?
No. I think they have to, like one of those games at Boston, I forget which game, they have to get red fucking hot. They got to get red hot, or Denver needs to not be making anything. They're more talented, they're bigger, they're deeper in the starting lineup, they're deeper off the bench, more talent. I think I already said that, but yeah, I just, I don't know. I want to know where your boy's at. I forget his name, but he be here pumping the Heat shit every day. I want to see where he at. But yeah, I respect the Heat, bro. I know a lot of times, shit may come off as disrespect or whatever. I respect the Heat. Their run has been amazing throughout the playoffs. I think they just hit that ceiling, right? And Denver's just a better team. I think they could win tonight. I think they got that dog, and I'm not going to put it. I don't think there's no shot they win. You know what I'm saying? I think they can win, but I don't think they will. I think Denver by double digits.
Yeah, okay. I like it, Vanessa. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. I haven't really talked to anybody about Game 5. To me, it feels like the desperation spot was the 2 games that you had at home.
Exactly.
If you were going to play with your back against the ball, but we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you, Finesse. Finesse like Jokic to be the leading point scorer tonight at plus 110, and Tyler Hero to go under his points prop as well. So appreciate Finesse, not just for the day, but for the last couple seasons for sure. Finesse then gave out a lot of bangers for sure. And he come back after his team lose, like you said, Finesse. Everybody in here today, and I don't get people. I ain't even gonna mention no names. I ain't heard from some people since Game 2 win. They might be at the credit union trying to take a loan out, but that's neither here nor there. Especially if they've been betting Miami Heat money line every game. But anyway, let's keep going. Cam, you're up next, and then we're gonna kick it to Stefan and then Sean as well. And I'll just keep going and get a couple other guys up as well. Cam, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Word, my bad. Sorry, I got a handful. Put this down. I got the dog. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
You hear me?
Yeah, you good. You good?
I'm good. I got a couple points I just wanted to give out before the end of the year. Great year. Again, echo what Finesse said. I'm not somebody who likes to give out plays on my page because it's like all sports, and then if that gambling takes over. So I appreciate being able to come up and talk about my plays and speak about them here because I love gambling. Not gonna lie. So just enjoy this shit and. Yeah, so just appreciate you doing this. I got to listen a lot the first year and got to participate this year, so it's been fun.
Nah, for sure. I appreciate those kind words as well, Cam. What you liking tonight?
So I'm already on the Denver minus 2.5. So I'm just not touching anything Denver money line anything because for me if they win I'm good, real good. So that's one. So anyway, what I like tonight is so I got Kevin Love over 1.5 threes. At plus 120. I really like that play. Hit it the last 6 games straight. Every single game in this series. He's basically, even if he's out there for 20 minutes, some 18 minutes, like he's taking about 6 to 7 shots, and they're all threes. And it makes sense, and I don't see why that changes. He's not getting a lot of the rim, and Spoelstra's just not deploying him that way. I'm also on the MPJ boards over 5.5 at plus 100. It's just gone over 3 or 4 times. He's averaging about 11.2 potential rebounds. The Joker injury played a big part in me looking at this. I kind of looked for it right away. If he's got a bad ankle, I suspect he won't be jumping a lot. I mean, he doesn't jump a lot to begin with. Probably lets MPJ get in there for some of those boards. And I know MPJ is going to want to. He's been off, right? So I feel like he's going to want to contribute regardless. And the easy way to do that is just get on the boards. So on him at over 5.5. And then I got a few parlays that I like that I want to give out. One's a plus 9, like plus 1,000 basically. It's Michael Porter Jr. over 1.5 threes, Jamal Murray over 2.5 threes, Kyle Lowry 1 3, Kevin Love 2 threes, Bruce Brown 1 3. All of those have hit essentially 100% except for Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal. Michael Porter Jr. we all know. This is just me kind of thinking he might bounce back tonight, and then Jamal Murray's hit that every time except for one game. So every other one, I know it sounds like a lot, but they've all gone over that line consistently. Even Bruce Brown, when he went like 1 for 5, it was still 1-3. And then another one I'm gonna give y'all that I put together, and basically this is more shout out Dream because I really like this. He basically turned my head to this is Bruce Brown over 2 threes, KCP over 2 steals, but I added Duncan Robinson over 1.5 threes, and that's plus 2,446. Bruce Brown's hit 2 threes multiple times this series, and he's had lots of opportunities and wide open ones. So even the games he didn't, he was wide open from 3 a lot. Duncan Robinson, I just think he's gonna be chucking him up a lot tonight, and then and he's also gone over that line essentially every game. And then KCP over 1.5 steals. Just have a good feeling about him keeping the steals things going. He's real active on defense last time, so I think he's going to keep it going. Because I think it's done. I think it's done tonight. The only thing I'm really hoping for is that Gabe Vincent hits a couple threes, so we can hit that plus 1,400. Or if Duncan Robinson decides to go off, because I got him at plus 2,500 too for leading the series in threes. But that's it for me.
Okay. Appreciate the looks, Cam. Cam got the looks, man. He got way more looks than I got. Okay, I can see some of these happening as well. I'm interested to know. I haven't looked at this, and Dream probably can tell us. But who is leading the series in these different numbers? Like who? I feel like nobody on the Heat can be leading the series in threes made, right? Like who's making the most?
No, it's Gabe Vincent and Jamal. I think are both at 10.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm sitting there stressed because Jamal Murray's got hit 2 at least. You know this,
right?
Gabe Vincent, he might not hit any.
Right.
So it was looking nice, man. Gabe Vincent 9 threes through 2 games, and then he just fell off. And Jamal was very consistent, but that's the only one I've been keeping an eye on. Oh, and Jamal Murray points. I took Joker's leading the series in points, and then there's no way Jamal's catching him unless something crazy happens. So.
Got you. Okay, appreciate you, Cam. Hope you catch these as well. Let's keep going. I think Sean was next, and then Stefan. We got Dream. We got the guys up, and then CJ gonna tell us why the Heat gonna win this game probably too. But I can't wait to hear from CJ as well. So let's go. Stefan, Dream. I'm sorry. Sean, Stefan, Dream, CJ. Sean, what's going on? You got the mic.
Hey, thanks for letting me up here. Just good luck to everybody tonight in their bets. I have been back and forth on this game. Tyler Hero news kind of threw me off a little bit because I've already had some plays locked in. Not really sure what the minutes are going to look like now. I don't think Tyler Hero is going to go off and have this remarkable shooting game. I don't think he's going to save the Heat, unfortunately. I do think that he probably is going to get some assists, maybe some rebounds, and maybe, provide just a little bit more spark. But other than that, my favorite plays are, I'm going to go with what I've been going with. Bam, points and rebounds over. I know they've raised the line to 30.5. I'm still okay to take that. I think he's only missed that one time in the series. And I like the under in the first half too. I wish it was a 108. You can take the all under at 107.5, minus 120. I think you can get that at, or 128. I like that. Everything everybody else has said has pretty much been spot on. I mean, Bruce Brown, I like him to get 2 threes. I think you can still get that for plus money. And another thing I've been running is Bam's assist, just straight bets. You can take that 4. I think tonight he actually gets 6, but that's just me. And that's about all I got. I think that the Heat are running into a bigger, better team, and it's kind of, it's just what it is at this point. I think they still got a chance. I don't think they're going to get blown out by no means, but I think that this is the end of the road. I think Jamal Murray has a killer game tonight and gets his championship. I think somebody mentioned Joker points. That's something I was looking at because there's a boost, I think, somebody was mentioning earlier that Joker to get 25 points and Jamal Murray to have 2 threes. We know how those boosts work, and I'm a little worried that one of those is going to hit. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Joker's points because I think he's going to come out and have an assist game. I have crazy assists, crazy rebounds. So I'd just be worried about that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what you said made a lot of sense to me, Sean. I like the Bam assist, just because I expect him to have the ball in his hands a lot again. Just man, it's difficult, man. It's really really difficult. You know, to be able to figure out, you know, you don't need a big shooting night from these guys to even make this game close. So I agree with you there. I definitely agree with you there. Best of luck to you, Sean. I appreciate you sharing the looks. Stefan, you are up next, and then we're gonna kick it to Dream and CJ.
Hey, what's going on? How we doing tonight?
I'm good, Stefan. I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Doing excellent. Just to echo what everybody's saying, bro. It's been an amazing season. Obviously, you've been doing this for more than one season, but a lot of hard work. You made a lot of people money. I know that for sure. So definitely appreciate all the hard effort and work you put in.
Appreciate you saying that as well. You've been doing the same thing though, Stefan. I know it's your first year you've been on the show consistently, but you didn't made a lot of cash, bro. You didn't hit a lot of them parlays and straights.
I'm what I always say, bro. Don't be afraid. First of all, these WNBA games are actually like really entertaining if you watch the good teams.
Oh, they fire, bro.
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of money to be made. There's almost like I run into like there's only too many plays that I like. So, but nah, there's a lot of money to be made on WNBA. But for tonight, I agree. I think the series is over. Like I've been saying forever with Jokic, I've been saying consistently, best player in the world. And to me, like I like to think of things like WWF, WWE. I think like this is his chance to like he's the best player in the world, but like this is gonna cement like when Giannis got his first ring. So I took the triple double at plus 115. Same logic as always. Biggest game of his career, triple double and plus money, no brainer. Take it every time, live with the results. So I love that. I'm back to the Jimmy system play as always. Y'all know what that is. 2 boards, 1 assist in his first quarter. I like Bam tonight because I think it's going to be similar to 6 and 7 against Boston when he's going to play 41 minutes and he's going to be out there. So I think his rebounds assist line is maybe a touch higher than what I like it at. So to kind of like get it where the sweet spot on DraftKings, I put it for 9 boards, which he's done in his last 6, and 3 assists, which he's done in his last 7. And that gets you minus 115. So I like those 2. And my final 4th play of the night I really like was Jokic for 1 steal and Jamal Murray for 1 steal. They get you minus 105. Murray has a steal in the last 10 games. He's been a guy that's kind of been automatic at this point. Jokic, I want to say something like 7 for 10. But when I look at his closeout game logs, I just can't help but notice that this is a dude who's getting 1 steal in his last 7 and 2 in about half of those games. So I really like those 2 together to kind of like put their foot on the heat. With Hero out there, I think you see an opportunity to get maybe some easy steals with some confusion out there as well. And my lotto for tonight, which is plus 999, is Jimmy 7 dimes, Bam 11 boards, because I just figure those 2 are just going to be out there falling on the sword, playing 42, 43 minutes. Bruce Brown for 4 rebounds, which he's done consistently, and Jamal Murray just keep the assist thing going with 8, and that gets you 999.
So say it one more time. You got Jimmy 7 assists, right?
Yeah, 7 assists, because I don't trust the ankle for the point, so I could see. You know, I think the Heat are going to have a stretch where they put in effort. Like, they're not going to go out like getting blown out.
Right.
But I do think they have a stretch where they hit some shots. They go on a nice little run. They put like the thought in your head that it's going back to Miami. But it isn't, though, because we said this before the series. You know, I was Heat culture for the Eastern Conference Finals to make money. Now to make money, I'm just on the Nuggets. The Nuggets are way better. The defense, the shooting, the size, the playmaking, everything. It's 2 different teams. Shout out to Miami. They deserve a lot of respect for this run, but they're in the major leagues. Like, the best player on the floor is on the Denver Nuggets, and that dude's the best player in the league. So, yeah, love everything Denver tonight.
Yeah, run that parlay back one more time, 7 assists for Jimmy.
Yeah, 7 assists for Jimmy. Bam 11 rebounds. Bruce Brown 4 rebounds, and Murray 8 dimes. And I'll tell you one more thing. I did put like a quarter unit on also. Because you know me, I love trends. Every closeout game this year, Joker has 12 dimes in the closeout game. So I already love the triple-double. So for 2 more assists, and I think Denver's going to win, they have like a little PPD boost on FanDuel. So earlier it was 240, and it bumped it to, I want to say, like 360 for Jokic 12 assists in the win. Now it's like 270, so you probably get like 270 boosted to 400 for 12 assists in a win.
Okay. Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Stefan got the looks, man. Stefan got the looks, and hopefully, if we do some WNBA shows, Stefan can come back on as well. The NBA season ends tonight, in my estimation, and even if it doesn't, it's going to end very, very soon. Even if we have a game, a game 6, I would definitely be following Stefan. Dude, posting his WNBA plays, he killing it. A lot of player props he been cashing. So yeah, I might want to follow Stefan for the WNBA looks if you don't have anybody that you're telling or you're not, capping it yourself. Appreciate you, Steph.
Hey, I appreciate the kind words as always. And as always, thank you everybody for the support. I see y'all in the comments and for the likes. Appreciate everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Let's keep going, man. From one legend to the next. Let's go Dream and then CJ, then Betting Monster. What's up, Dream?
What's the vibes, my guy?
How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man. I gotta go ahead and echo what everybody else was saying, and I appreciate the platform. You definitely been making us some money. I always say, man, I remember it was like one time. First of all, this is my first year like capping full time, like, and so I wanted to get my plays out. And I remember I came up here one time, like 3 straight days. I was terrible. I was about to come up here. I was scared to come up the fourth day. You was like, oh, there go my guy Dream. I know he about to come up here with some fun. I'm like, damn. Bro, I know I was just asked the last 3 days, but that gave me confidence, man. So I appreciate you for that.
Nah. I'm glad I could do it, Dream, for sure, bro. You're gonna have them rough patches, man. You're gonna have rough weeks, let alone a couple days, man. That's just the way gambling works, man. I know but
Yeah. So I'm gonna be as quick as possible, man. I got a gang of plays, man.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, no, bro. I was gonna be like you. I'm like, man, I'm looking so good. I'm just gonna watch the game. Might have a couple blood money bets. Then I just felt like I was leaving money on the table. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Quick recap. I was 2-1 last time I came up here. Jokic foul trouble kind of killed his rebounds and assists. Everything else hit, and we had a plus 1,800 rebound blood money bet I gave out my videos. So. I'm gonna try and do it again tonight, man. Every play I give out today is either gonna be a blood money bet or a half unit play for me. I rarely do half unit plays, but I'm not trying to give back the profit. I love these plays. I think I'm about to go 7-0. But just in case, man. Yeah, half unit play. So it'll be quicker to do the blunt money bets. Shout out to the homie Cam. He gave you a good template. I would feel dishonest giving y'all a lot of my blunt money bets because I see it on Switch. Like I had this Heat under ticket. So I'm gonna just go with Cam, man. He gave y'all one, and he said he used my template. We got the same thing except for I got Aaron Gordon 5 assists. So Bruce Brown 2 threes, KCP 2 steals, Aaron Gordon 5 assists. I like Aaron Gordon assists because for one he had 6 and 5 back-to-back games, and another reason is bro just had 27 points last game. So you would think that there's going to be some kind of counter put in by Miami, and Nuggets are going to be anticipating that, so I'm sure it's going to be a counter by them. So I like them to keep getting this assist. So yeah, there's that. And let me see. Oh yeah, I just put in Tyler Hero 3 threes plus 650. It was too juicy for me. So there y'all go, man. If y'all want more, y'all can tap into my YouTube Blunt Money Best. But yeah. Oh. And I seen a couple people mention it. So and y'all was talking about it. So I gave out Jamal Murray maybe 2 games ago with him and Jokic. I think he was up 12-10 on Jokic in the assist for the series, something like that. And Jamal Murray was plus 700. So if you tell me and you got that, tonight is when I would play Joker plus 1,300 on FanDuel to lead the series in assists. I personally wouldn't play it. I think Jamal Murray is up at least 8 because to my knowledge, they were tied after the game where they both had a triple-double, and maybe Jamal Murray might have had a couple more assists, but I know last game he out-assisted them by at least 8. So, and Jamal Murray had the lead going into that game. So, yeah, I would only play now, like Stephen said, Jokic got 15, 16 assists tonight. But I still would only play that if he was on Jamal Murray plus 700 with us. And Duncan Robinson, I think I came up here and gave that out. I'm pretty sure I did. And we gave him out at plus 6,000. So I've seen a couple people mention that tonight. Just to update with that, I believe Duncan Robinson is 3-pointers behind Jamal Murray. I feel like he overtook Gabe because he was 1 behind Gabe. Then he had 2 and Gabe had 1. So I believe, without me checking, and I've been having an issue finding total final stats. So normally I go on basketballreference.com, but for some reason I've been having to go by game and add them up manually. So I ain't feel like doing that today. But I believe Jamal Murray right now has 11, then Gabe didn't hit any, he has 10, and Duncan Robinson has 8 to my knowledge. So if Duncan hit 3, Whatever. Yeah, that's the math. So hopefully we cash that out. I couldn't talk you off the plus 1900 or whatever is out there. I couldn't talk you off that. So, them the blunt money bets. Into these straights, all my plays gonna be on my page. I'm gonna try and talk fast because I don't like taking too much time and give y'all quick analysis. But I got a whole 30-minute video on my YouTube and all these places on my page. So yeah. KCP and Jamal Murray won still, plus 100 on DraftKings. So I played just the first 2 games of the series, or first 3 games. Hit the first 2, didn't. Game 3, but then it hit game 4. So I said I'm gonna play it next game. KCP is over. He's got a steal in 15 of 19 playoff games. Jamal Murray has a steal in 16 of 19 playoff games. Closeout game, you would expect defensive intensity. I like it. Again, these are all half-unit plays. So KCP and Jamal Murray each have a steal, plus 100 DraftKings. Next, I'm running this play back that hit last time. Bam, to have 30 PRA. Jimmy, to have 35 PRA. That's minus 115 on DraftKings. Same train of thought as last time. Closeout game, so you're going to get some iteration of playoff Jimmy. I'm with Stephen. I don't think we're going to get 40 tonight because he's hurt, but I think we're going to get rebounds, assists, and he's going to shoot the ball 20-plus times, so I like his 35 PRA. And Bam, he's covered this line as far as 30 PRA. He's covered it with points and rebounds every game in the series, so yeah, love that. Again, that's Bam, 30 PRA, Jimmy, 35 PRA, minus 115, DraftKings. Next, Caleb Martin to have 4 rebounds plus Denver money line. There you go, finesse. Minus 114 FanDuel. So this is Caleb. If y'all know Caleb, y'all know the vibes. It's nothing for the man to actually scrounge up 12 rebounds. But as far as this 4 rebound line, he's covered this in 10 of his last 12 playoff games, 3 of his last 4 playoff games. I know Tyler Hero's coming back, but I don't think that's going to cut into his minutes too much. I still expect him to get 30-plus minutes. I think Tyler Hero's more going to cut into Strus minutes because that's the one who really, on the way out. So, yeah, and Duncan is the one who normally replaces Strus. So, yeah, I love Caleb Martin to have 4 rebounds. Like I said, 10 or 12 this playoff and 3 or 4 this series. And he's been up and down minutes. He's had minutes as low as 21 minutes and as high as 33 minutes, and he's still going to scrounge up his rebounds. So, love that. Minus 114 FanDuel. Next, Kyle Lowry, 4 assists, and Denver team total over 100.5, minus 120 on DraftKings. So, Kyle Lowry, this is the play that I probably feel least confident about. Obviously, love it. I wouldn't have played it. I just don't have as much data with it. But as far as Kyle Lowry with the assists, he's covered this line 3 to 4 games this series, 4 of his last 5. And he's just getting minutes. So I don't think he's going to be impacted by Tyler Hero at all because he gave Vincent's back up. And Spo's already going to go with the vets regardless. So I expect Kyle Lowry to get 28 to 30 minutes this game. Last game he got 33 minutes. And if he in there, he going to be doing Kyle Lowry stuff, doing the little things as far as jacking up threes. So I love the 4 assist line. And he had 7 assists last game too, for what that's worth. And as far as his team total, over 100, 100.5, 100.5. Denver, they've gone over this every game in this final, so take that for what you want to. Next, luckily these are all like one-leggers, so KCP, over 2.5 rebounds, minus 148 on FanDuel. He's covered this line last 7 games, 8 of his last 10. I've been putting it as parlay pieces, been cashing out. Said I'll just put a half unit on it today. So ain't much more analysis there. Like I said, KCP over 2.5 rebounds, minus 148. He's covered this the last 7 games, 8 of his last 10. 2 more. Duncan Robinson over 1.5 threes. I got it at minus 40 on DraftKings. It's minus 110 on DraftKings now. I still play it. Over this line, 6 of the last 7, 8 of his last 10. Increased minutes with Max Strus playing terrible. Had his most minutes of the series last game. If you actually follow like the Heat Nation podcast and all that, they've been clamoring for this dude to start over Max Strus. I don't think that's going to happen. And I do understand Tyler Hero coming back does throw sort of a wrench in it. But Duncan Robinson been so great. He's been so good this series. that he's going to get minutes. He's going to get his normal 23 to 27 minutes. If we can get another 33 minutes tonight or 30 minutes out of Duncan Robinson, that'd be amazing. If we can get a blowout and we get 12 minutes of Duncan Robinson in the fourth quarter, that would also be amazing. But if we just get normal 22-minute Duncan Robinson, then I still like him over this 1.5. Like I said, 6 of the last 7, 8 of the last 10. That's on DraftKings. In the last play, Jimmy Butler under 1.5 steals, minus 160 on MGM. So he's gone over this number, gone under this every game in the series. For the series, he has 3 blocks and 1 steal. The entire series, Jimmy Butler has 1 steal. It's gone 3 straight games without any steals. So that makes me think, or at least reiterates my feelings, bro's hurt because Jimmy Butler is playing passing lanes. He like a cornerback. And he's not getting no steals. Plus, me and Cam talked about it a while ago. We don't know what's a steal and what's a block these days. We be thinking stuff steals and it's blocks. That's why Bruce Brown had 3 blocks in like back-to-back games. So I stopped playing his steals. So with that being said, yeah, give me the under Jimmy Butler 1.5 steals. So yes, Jimmy Butler, you can have 5, 6 steals tonight. I'm just playing the numbers. I'm just playing what I see. So 7 plays for your head top. Had a great season. If y'all rocked with me with the futures I gave out in here before the series, we looking amazing with the 2-unit futures. So I gave out Caleb under 15.4 points for the series. Bro need like 60 tonight to cover that, so we looking good. And I gave out the Nuggets minus 1.5, and I told y'all I got it at 145, but I would take it to minus 170, and be in a good spot there. So that's another reason I got 7 plays tonight, all half-unit plays, because I feel like I'm getting 2 units regardless, and I love these plays. So that's what I'm on.
Real quick, Dream, I confirmed while you were talking. Jamal and Gabe are tied 10 each. So the Robinson plays even better.
Looks, man. I hope y'all, if y'all didn't catch all those, just go to his page, man. Just go to Dream page. Check out his videos. He posts them every single day. I like Duncan in this game, man. I really like Duncan, especially I just think he's gonna get increased minutes, and that's the one that you said that kind of stick out to me, Dream. Over the 1.5 threes for Duncan, taking his points over. I think Spoelstra at a certain point, if the adjustment is to put Duncan in the game, it seems like they play better. They have a better plus minus when Duncan is in the game. You got to do that a little earlier. Maybe Duncan gets some early first quarter minutes, especially if Strus, misses first 2 threes or any of those guys. I know that the caveat is that they're worse defensively and he can't stay in front of anybody. He food out there on defense. But at the same time, like you're not able to score when he's not out there. So I like, and then he doing other things. He getting to the cup. He getting everybody else involved. I like Duncan. I like Duncan a lot tonight. So that's the one I think I like the most. And what you found out about what you said about Jimmy under on his steals, Dream, it makes all the sense because people have been running Jimmy steals over 1.5 against Boston, before they even saw the line for the next game. But I thought the steals would kind of come to an end for both teams just because both of these teams take care of the ball so well on the offensive end. So it makes sense. I didn't know he had been 3 games without even 1 steal, but that's crazy. But that makes sense too. Jimmy under 1.5 steals is another look. But yeah, check out Dream page. Check out his his YouTube page as well. Subscribe to the videos. He also doing WNBA as well. And appreciate you, Dream. People that made a lot of money with Dream, man. I know he done gained a lot of followers throughout the space, but he deserves triple, quadruple, and looking forward to running it back again next year, Dream. If you coming back, bro. Let's kick it to Stephen real.
Yeah, I'll be back.
bet. Stephen, what's going on? I don't know if Steph can hear me or not. Let's go, CJ.
Y'all know what it is. Heat culture, Heat Nation. I understand we got a lot of bashing. I understand that this is gonna be a tough game, but let's go, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've been on spaces all day listening to all the trash talk, all the shit talk. I done had Knicks fans come at me. I done had Boston fans come at me. Shit, I done had a few Bucks fans coming at a guy with all of it. Okay, listen. As long as we still got these dogs on the team, bro, we gonna fight to the end. So look, check this out. it's a lot of plus money out here today. They got a lot of plus money out here, especially on shooters. I literally just put in a little prop with literally all shooters. A little spicy. You can take Jokic plus 1.5 on threes. He's hit that damn near in every game. Kevin Love, once again, that's already been said for 1.5 threes. They got KCP out here right now for 1.5 threes plus 104. You take those three and parlay them together, that's some money. And I guarantee, literally, the only person that you're going to be worried about making those threes is KCP, but he at home, he bound to give you 2 threes, man. That's just some early money out there, man. But besides that, if you want to be safe, if you're not as confident as I am in my Heat, take the +9 and get your money. But if you're a real Heat fan like me, and you know what it is, and you know we going back to the crib for Game 6, you take that money line and cash in, just like we've been doing all playoffs. When everybody else sleeping, we eat, and that's fine. I take it. Also, I like Jimmy to go over his points, 26.5. I think that he will get over that number. He would at least get 28 to 30 again tonight. He has to in order for this team to be good. And let's be clear, last game was just another horrible shooting game. And like I keep saying, if these shooters come on tonight, that he will not lose this game. Strus and Vincent both shot horribly from the field. Again, both of them were 0. Well, one was 0 for 3, one was 0 for 4, so they was 0 for 7 from 3. There's no way possible that they both go 0 for the whole game. So mark my words, the shooters come out and shoot. The Heat will win this game. We'll know by the third quarter if the Heat gonna win this game or not. That's where all the games have been decided. Even the last game, the third quarter is what decided that game. Third quarter, you know who wins. Look at that Heat on the live bets. If y'all get it, if y'all bet live, look at that Heat live game once it starts, especially in the third quarter. When you see it go, when you start seeing it go that Heat way, just go ahead and put you some money on them, man, and make y'all some free money. Heat Nation, Heat Culture, we got it, baby. Don't worry about it.
Hey, CJ, you a rider, dog. You are a rider, boy. You the first guy I think I done heard from where his team went home and lost both games, and you still ride with your guys. I feel you, bro. At a certain point, though, you got to, if you really want to make money, you got to stop. Sometimes it's better to sit on the sideline, because if you don't bet that Heat money line every game, CJ, you down a couple units, bro, depending on the unit size.
No. I have not came in here and told nobody to bet money line on Heat every game. I have not done that because I ain't done that. I would never do that to nobody, okay? Nah.
I'm messing with you, CJ. Best of luck to you tonight, man. I hope you cash these looks for sure. Let's keep going, man. And real quick in the chat, I wanted to couple comments stood out. Barstow says, "Shout out to Dream. I'll probably be saying what's the vibes the rest of my life." I love that, bro. Absolutely love that. S. Dot, my guy is a super Heat fan as well. He says that he thinks Duncan may be in the starting lineup. If Duncan is in the starting lineup, I think you got to look at you got to take a real hard look at him to go over his points prop. And I got a DM from somebody as well. They said they couldn't find Duncan on FanDuel. So Duncan's actually not listed on FanDuel. According to the OddsJam live screen right now, I don't see Duncan listed on FanDuel. He is listed pretty much everywhere else, though. Points prop looks like it's sitting at 7.5 on BetMGM. I don't see him on WinBet. He's not on Caesars right now, but he is on Bet365, DraftKings. He's also on Betway. If you guys have Betway, we do have that in Virginia. Golden Nugget, Hard Rock as well. And the best line for Mr. Duncan Robinson is plus 105 on Bet365. If you guys have Bet365, if you want to take his points prop, it's 7.5 right now at plus 105. I think that could be worth the sprinkle, as well as the I wouldn't go crazy with it, but Duncan Robinson, honestly, you take him to 10, just divide up a half a unit, a whole unit, whatever you want to do. I like Duncan Robinson tonight, man. I think he's been the hottest shooter, and I think that could continue tonight. If you want to take the 1.5 threes or the 7.5 points, I couldn't talk anybody off of any of those. Finesse, I see your hand up. I'm gonna come back to you. Let's see if we can keep going. Let's go to Betting Monster, VG, and then I'm gonna come back to and Monotone too. I got to get Monotone in. So let's go Betting Monster, VG, Monotone. Betting Monster, you up, my guy? How you doing? Betting Monster say he
Hey, Chris, come right back to me.
Okay. Let's go VG. Let's go VG. What's up, VG?
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Good, bro. How you?
Y'all bets, and I hope you have a good finals today. Because it might be the last game, to be honest with you. But I got a couple of strong leans. Somebody shouted out the triple double with Nico. I like that. I feel like it backs up Finesse's top score in a sense. You get it at plus money, plus 120. That's a lean for me. These two are going to be my official, the next ones though. So the first half alternate spread at minus 3.5 for Denver. I took that at minus 146. And then I also took another at minus 4.5 for the first half. I just feel like Denver might pull away a little bit. There might be a little fierce battle between them in the first opening minutes and them, but I just feel like by the end of the first half, they should be up by like 4 or 5. And then these are my sprinkle ones. These are my sprinkles, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of y'all personally, I might go a little heavy on this shit, and it's a little crazy, all right? But in this final series, when the Nuggets have won, it's been an average of 11 to 15 points, right? So one of the legs is not a leg, but one of the bets is Denver Nuggets winning margin 4 bands between 11 and 15. That's at plus 470. The other is Denver Nuggets 11 through 15 winning margin 4 bands. Oh no, I'm sorry. The 4 bands is plus 470, and the one without just regular bands is plus 480. So I remember many years ago when I forgot who was busting somebody's ass. It was Dallas. Dallas was just destroying Phoenix. And they were just killing them by like 20, 25, 30 points by each game by the closing series. And a lot of us I remember we were like on a live little spaces, and we were just watching the game together, and we just started to take it, and we just cashed it. So I feel like it might be another situation where they just might win by between 11 and 15 points. The history between these games within this series proves that. So I might go a little heavy on that. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, VG got some looks. Appreciate you, VG. I know you weren't able to make it to as many as the shows as you was last year, man. But always a lot of insight. I know you was giving out a lot of crazy prop looks plus money last year. Was cashing on them, so definitely appreciate that. I hope you cash tonight as well, bro, and appreciate the kind words. Let's come back to
Chris.
Yeah. What's up, Stan?
Real quick, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to. I got to take off soon, and sorry we talking about Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, drop what you got, Stan.
Yeah, he's hitting on FanDuel. Just to let you know, if you go to player props featured, you can get him 15 plus at plus 1,000. They also got a 10 plus line and 3 plus 3s. So just something to keep an eye out on. They got him hidden there. Scroll all the way down, you get plus 1,000, 15 plus. I'm on it. Just wanted to point that out.
Hold on. Where is that? Where's that at again? Say that again.
Go to Popular and go to Player Props Featured. They've been having some crazy shit all series. Always check through there, see what they got. They got some higher alt lines that they don't let you put in a parlay for same gamers, but they have them there for straight plays. So check that out. They have 10 plus at plus 200, 3 plus 3s at plus 230, and 15 plus at plus 1,000.
I see them now. Appreciate you, my guy. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Hey, appreciate you, Stem. So now you guys know if you betting on FanDuel how to get Mr. Duncan Robinson. You got to take him at 10, but you definitely know how to get there if you want to put a little sprinkle on Mr. Robinson. Appreciate you, Stem, as always. Let's go back to Betting Monster.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Man, appreciate you bringing me back up.
Yeah, for sure, Betting Monster. Appreciate you for coming back, man. What's going on? How you feeling today?
Yeah. Well, we are pretty big unit size so far in the final. I know I gave out a 4% play on the Denver last time I was in here before my phone died out. But tonight I'm looking a little bit different. first play that I'm on tonight, and I think we're going to get there. Because one thing I do know from this Miami Heat team, ain't no quitting in them. They're going to go out swinging, win or lose, they're going to go out swinging. I think tonight we see a complete team tonight. I'm on the Heat first quarter plus the 2.5. I strongly believe we'll get there. I'm on the Heat team total over 99.5. I strongly believe we'll get there tonight, and I'm on the over. If we know Denver's cracking over 100. We just need Miami Heat to give us in those quarters four points each quarter. We'll get there because we've been falling short with the Heat at 95, 94. But if they can crack 102, 103, we'll get this game over this 208.5. So I'm on the full game over 208.5. I'm on the Heat team total over 99.5, and I'm on the Heat plus 2.5 first quarter. I just believe this is the type of game we've seen where the Heat went into Boston, and they had to come out and take the crowd out of it. If you don't do that and this game stay tight, Miami could be in trouble. I think Miami going to try to come out and try to blast them real quick and then ride that wave on out. We know they're not going to win the series, but they're going to give it all. I believe we may get a game 6. I know that everybody think the Nuggets is going to win. I can't bet the Nuggets. I cannot lay a 8.5, 9 against this Miami Heat team because they've been destroying those numbers all postseason and all final. I think the only 2 teams that have covered that greater number, Boston covered it, I think, in Game 5, and the Nuggets covered it in Game 1, I believe, but they barely covered. It came down to came down and missed the layup. If he'd made that layup, Miami Heat would have covered that game or would have pushed. So I can't lay that big number with the Nuggets. But what I am going to do, I believe in Miami tonight. They back against the wall. Denver do got some room to play with. Miami have no room to play with. For the prop play that I'm on, well, I haven't got there yet. I'm thinking about getting there. The first 3 plays I'm already on. This guy been doing this since the final started against the Nuggets. It's Bam. I'm thinking about playing Bam points over. I think it's set at 19.5. He been at 20 plus the whole final. Those are my plays that I'm on. I appreciate you bringing me on, man, and let's continue to keep riding this wave.
Okay. Hey, Betty Monster, I think every single game that you've come on the show and you've given out a side, I think you've been right on. I don't think you've been wrong on too many.
I missed one play, one game.
Yeah. So you like Miami today? You like Miami team total? You like Miami to start early? And you like the over for the full game? I need some explanation, Betty Monster. Why do you think? What do you think changes today as far as Miami being able to score the ball with them only averaging 94 points in the losses?
Well, this is the thing right here. This is the thing right here. Eric Spoelstra he know that they can't beat this team. Okay, he know that. He know he's dealing with a guy that's, to me, is the best player in the league and the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He know he can't. He know he can't do that. So this is the thing. Just go out there and have fun, and let's leave it all on the court. And hopefully we can push this thing back to Miami, because let's remember now, there's only one team so far in the post and in the finals that went up to Denver and won.
Miami.
And that was Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else. Not LeBron and AD, not Kevin Durant and Booker, not Town and Ant. Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat did that. Miami Heat actually, if we pay attention, Miami Heat actually play better on the road than they do in their facility.
That's true. Yeah, they've been sucking at home.
It's not. I can't. I don't know how to break this down, because it's hard to break down. Because you get to breaking it down, then you say, well, why wouldn't you be on them? So I can't do that. But what I'm going on is when your back is against the wall, and when your back is against the wall, you're gonna have a little bit more fight in you than a team whose back ain't. Now, I'm not saying the Nuggets won't win, but I'm just saying that This game is going to get up and over the total. Miami Heat going to give you a better shooting performance. And let's leave it, like I said, where the ball fall on the court. Because one thing we do know, and I think somebody else said that, CJ said that, if Miami Heat can come out and shoot that ball good like they shot in Game 3 in Miami back when they played Boston, then they will get away with this win today. But they got to shoot the ball good. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, Betty Monster, but I don't want to go back and forth with too much. But don't you think Denver's made the adjustment to be able to limit Miami from being able to make those wide open threes and get those uncontested looks? Like I feel like they haven't been able to get a lot of great shots because Denver has made the adjustments.
Well, they haven't been able to get a lot of great shots. I agree with you on that. But sometimes we all know this too. Sometimes you gotta let the ball just fly. You just gotta let it go. And hope and pray that God is on your side when they go in.
My God.
That's just what it comes down to. Some things ain't about X's and O's. Some things you just got to go out there and lay it on the wood. Same way what we seen in Milwaukee with a timeout against Milwaukee. Jimmy Butler went right up under the basket. I forget who he had on him.
Drew Holiday.
I don't know how he got that ball off in that tick of a second. And it went in. Sometimes you just gotta just fight. And I believe, like I said, I believe we'll get up and over the total. I believe Miami Heat will get up and over the team total. And I believe we'll get that first quarter covered.
First quarter plus 2.5 for Betting Monster. Heat team total over the 99.5, and the over 210 for Betting Monster is what he's on officially today. Appreciate you, Betting Monster.
My man, appreciate you.
Absolutely. Let's keep going, man. Let's go to Monotone and then come back to Finesse and CJ. I see your hands up. Let's go, Monotone.
Hey, how we doing?
Good, man. Good. I know last time you was on, I think you gave out Aaron Gordon and they cashed first quarter, first half, something like that. Tell the people how to get paid today, Monotone. What we on?
Yeah, no, came in here and went 4-0, so I had to definitely run that back today. And yeah, Aaron Gordon's a familiar face. I talked about him last time. I went right back today. I played him at over 13.5 points. I do think he's in a great position to live bet as well. He has gone off to a couple fast starts, but I do think if Kevin Love is in the starting lineup, he probably does start out a little bit slower. What we really want to take advantage of here is him constantly getting these great mismatches on smaller guards. We know Caleb Martin has to be in there because they want to trap and slow down Jamal Murray as much as possible, right? That's kind of been their priority over these last couple of days. So Caleb Martin has to be in over a lot of those Kevin Love minutes. And so when they go back on their defensive rotations, Aaron Gordon can pretty much just pick whatever smaller guard he wants to switch onto and take advantage of that size mismatch. So I love his points. I played over 13.5 points over 19.5 points plus rebounds at minus 128 because it gives you a little bit of that rebounding security. He's had 6 rebounds in every game so far this series, and he has over 19.5 points plus rebounds in 3 of 4 with his one miss coming just on the hook right there. So I love Aaron Gordon to keep hunting those mismatches. And then, yeah, going back to Bruce Brown as well. Bruce Brown over 15.5 points plus rebounds, another role player. You mentioned Jokic getting his other guys involved earlier today. I think that's definitely going to be huge. Brown has proven his worth, right? He's going to play 29 plus minutes. We know slowing down these outside shooters is the number one priority. You got to slow down Strus. You got to make sure Vincent and Strus keep missing these shots, right? And this isn't an accident. A lot of people come in here and they say stuff like regression, right? And they say like, oh, he can't possibly keep missing all these shots. It's about the way the defense is approaching this, right? Denver clearly made a commitment a couple games ago when we saw Christian Braun and Bruce Brown enter this rotation and play heavy minutes. There was a clear commitment to pushing these shooters off the three-point line and make someone else beat you. So if you like the Heat tonight, I would much rather bet Jimmy Butler. I would much rather bet Bam Adebayo, because those are the guys that are going to have to beat them one-on-one inside in the paint. I think Bruce Brown is a great candidate for pretty much whatever you want to bet him on, but he's been the most consistent in points plus rebounds, so that's what I played him. Castro was on here last time. I think he runs it back again.
It makes a lot of sense to me, Monotone. It makes so much sense to me, man. I think people, continue to underestimate the changes that Mike Malone made. He said, hey, we can't close out to the three-point shooters like that. We can't foul them. We can't give them the wide open looks, because we know the only way they're going to beat us is if we don't play as hard and if we allow them to shoot the 3-point ball at 46%. I also talked about this at the end of game 2 when Miami made all those threes and scored 111 points in one game 2. They became the 4th team in NBA history to shoot above 48% from the 3-point line. And it just doesn't happen that often. Maybe you could do it in the first round, in the second round, and if you're really lucky, you could do it in the third round. But teams do not shoot the ball that well, consistently. And now, the blame looked like it's going to not Caleb Martin, but Strus and Gabe Vincent and all these other guys. But they just kind of coming back down to earth, and we knew that would happen sooner or later. So, like I said, that's one of the things that kind of points me towards the team total to go under. I echo everything that you said, Monotone. I talked about Aaron Gordon and him being one of my favorite player props for today, either his points, rebounds, and assists, the points over, or the points and rebounds. So I'm glad you were able to make that an official play and, take his points over and his points plus rebounds at 13.5 and 19.5. Really like those looks a lot. Let's keep going. Let's go back to, we actually been through everybody. CJ, back to you, and then A1 Fantasy. I'm going to get them up real quick. And I know the show is an hour and a half at this point, but it's probably going to be the last one of the season. So I'm going to let it ride out. Even though we probably do got less than 5 minutes. But CJ, talk to the people, man. And I'm coming to you, A1.
When Heat win this game, and I just know the next show I will be playing Welcome to Miami. Okay, now, anyways, back to some of these points that I didn't heard from some of these guys. All right, man, let's be clear. The Heat are shooting 19% on open threes. So let's just get that out there. Like, they're missing open threes. Now, because of Denver's defense, that's just also incredible. No, they're missing open threes. They're not missing deep threes. They're not missing threes with a hand in their face. They're actually making it difficult shots. They're missing the open shots, which is why it's so crazy that this series is going like this, because literally, if they hit 5 to 6 of their open shots, this will be a totally different series. So I just want to get that out there. Like, yes, I'm a Heat fan, so yes, I'm a tad bit biased, but the numbers prove it. The Heat shoot better. This series isn't like this, and this is the worst series in the playoffs for the Heat. Now, yes, people can say, yes, during the regular season, this is what they look like. And yes, this is what they look like in the regular season. A lot of missed open threes. But as we seen against Boston, the Bucks, and New York, this isn't the regular season Heat team. So, like I said, they will be on today because they know that their back's against the wall. And at the end of the day, I think that's going to prove that the dogs on the Heat are just dogs, and they're going to push through this game. Hey, shout out Ben Monster, bro. He came through with the fire today. I was like, damn, my God, I couldn't have said it better myself. So, I mean, yeah, shout out Ben Monster, bro.
Oh man, CJ, it's a lot of counter narratives to your point, but I'll take it in stride. I'll definitely take it in stride. I think for series 1, 2, and 3, the series that y'all weren't supposed to win in the first place, taking nothing away from Miami at all. I think y'all was making something like 46% of the wide open threes, and that number was higher than it had been in the last 15 years in the playoffs. So. You just getting some of that regression now, CJ. It's just kind of all leveling out.
Hey, but nah, check this out though. If they shoot between 35 to 38%, that would even be better. They would win shooting that percentage. They're just shooting way below average. They shooting like 20-some%, and that's what's killing them right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're definitely right. A1, let's kick it to you real quick, and then we'll wrap up. What's up, A1?
What's good, my guy? What's good? Final game of the season. I kind of have one prop today that I kind of like a lot. It's kind of on the exact same way as Monotone here. I'm taking Aaron Gordon under 3.5 points in the first quarter. It works exactly like he said. If Kevin Love does start in this game, I absolutely love this prop. He's under in the last 3 of 3. He's only taken 5 field goal attempts, and most of them are when Kevin Love's out of the lineup. So he only plays maybe 2 to 3 minutes with Kevin Love out in the first quarter. And that's exactly when he starts to get the points. He only gets maybe about 2, maybe 1. I think he missed 1 free throw and is off a steal last game. When Kevin Love's in the lineup, he gets absolutely dominated. There's more side inside of the paint. There's no way for him to really, get anything going. And in the offensive side of the ball, he just sits in the corner when Kevin Love's there. So really not much threat from 3 because Kevin Love kind of sticks to him a little bit more. They kind of let Jokic score. But then, second quarter, the smaller guys come in. He absolutely dominates the smaller guys. And so one thing that I'm thinking of is maybe parlaying is under 3.5 points in the first quarter, and then parlaying is over points, maybe put like 0.5 units on it. But that's like my main play for today.
Okay. Okay, another good player prop and an early one at that. So, could not talk you off. Betting Monster, let's kick it back to you real quick. Betting Monster, can you hear me?
Yeah, and another thing that we need to pay attention to too is these referees tonight that's going to be monitoring this game. These two guys, for some reason, seem like they kind of got a thing with Miami Heat. Look for Jimmy Butler and them to get to the free throw line too. I think we're gonna get to the free throw line a lot tonight. I think that's really what we're gonna get to try to get this up and over the total. And then too, if we go back to the last game, there was a time when Miami Heat could have really taken the lead, but they just kept doing like just little stupid stuff, little dumb things that you would think that by now you would be done cleaned up, and they just were doing some careless things. And I just think that we're just going to see a totally different team because, everybody's saying that it's over tonight. That's all I heard. I ain't heard nobody say we're going back to Miami.
The reason why Betting Monster, I think because Miami lost both games at home in the desperation spots. You would think that they'd be more desperate in that spot, right? So I agree with that.
Right. And they supposed to. But tonight, we're gonna see a different game, and I think we're gonna be heading back to South Beach for a game 6. And I like what Eric Spoelstra said after that win. Like I said, I was on the Nuggets the last 2 games at that number. There's no way you bet the Nuggets at 8.5, 9. If you in this business of making money, that you just you placing a dumb bet. You gambling now, and that's not what we're trying to do. Is gamble. We're trying to place good bets, win or lose. We happy with what we betted on, but not gamble. And this is a game today that be careful in this game tonight with the Nuggets.
Okay.
Man, real quick. That's enough out of y'all Miami niggas.
Hey, Dream, I'm here for it all, bro, because I want to be able to run it back, man.
In my Shakespeare voice, if y'all feeling y'all plays, y'all got to keep talking us on it. Pass the plays and come back on the next space and tell us how wrong we was. Y'all giving us all these numbers, my guys. Come on now. Come on, man.
Hey, I'm trying to.
Y'all going crazy right now. Like, I could give a bunch of reasons why Denver gonna win, but that's dumb for me to do as a 9-point favorite. So y'all cash y'all plays and come back here and talk that talk.
I think
these fellas get their plays out.
I think so. No, that's it. That's the last one. So, no, Caleb. I got Caleb up real quick, but I'm with you, Jen. I just think we get a better number with Denver live, and then you take Denver, 5.5, 6.5, something like that. I'll be willing to lay that number, and I will. It'll be in the YouTube membership when I feel like I, find the number that I want. But I'm not laying 9 with him. Real quick, Caleb, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Just kind of go back over what I was talking about at the beginning. What's up, Caleb?
How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, bro. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. So, have you heard? I just hopped in here, obviously, but a lot of people have been talking about the Heat, how the 9 is a fat number. A lot of people on Denver. What have you heard, man?
Both. I've heard both. I heard 9 is too many, and I also, in my estimation, Denver's won every game by double digits, so I can see them winning this game by double digits as well. I don't think that Miami's gonna lay down. I just think that they're a better team. They have more ways that they can win. In Game 3, we saw Jamal Murray and Jokic become the first duo to have a 30-point triple-double. In Game 4, we saw Aaron Gordon go off for 27 points, and Bruce Brown. We've yet to see a Michael Porter Jr. game, and the only way that Miami can win, in my estimation, is if they're shooting close to 50% from the 3-point line. So that's why I kind of stand. I don't think that Miami's going to shoot 50% or close to that from the 3-point line today. I think Denver has solidified a game plan, and I think that they're going to execute it today. Miami had their shot in Game 3 and Game 4, in my estimation, Kevin.
I agree with that. As soon as the home team loses in a series, that's when the problem is. For tonight, dude, I'm on the Nuggets as well. Coming back to Denver and the elevation is once again the hardest place to play in basketball. We saw it in Game 1 how the Heat struggled and the Nuggets ended up covering that first game. Tyler Hero is also back as well, and I kind of talked about how he's a liability on defense. And he's a liability with the reason that he's coming off that broken hand, and I don't know how much of an offensive threat he's going to be with that broken hand. And if they have him playing the game and he's not making his shots, then that's where it could get ugly for Miami. So I'm gonna lay the 8.5.
Ooh,
And if
okay.
if the Nuggets end up going down, then I'm also gonna play them as well.
Okay. So we
Play 'em
got.
live as well. But I honestly don't think that the Nuggets will go down early. Like I think Nuggets take control and Miami would have to make a run late in the game to take this.
Yeah, like they have been. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we got a little bit of everything, man. We definitely got some Miami Heat stuff. We got some Denver Nuggets stuff. We got some props. We got looks on the total, on the team totals. We just tell you guys best of luck, man. I haven't placed a single bet, but like I said, if I'm betting anything, I'm liking Miami team total to go under the 99.5. I just don't think that they're going to be able to score. I think they got to continue to muck up the game, not play fast, to keep this one close. The only game that they won was a game that Denver only had 79 possessions. Denver offense is elite. This is one of the better offenses that we've seen throughout the last 5 years in the NBA. And this is not an opinion. This is factual. You guys can go check the offensive ratings and the metrics. Jokic is a unicorn. We haven't seen anything quite like him. If I don't see you guys again, everybody go out and get a Jokic jersey, man. Dude deserves everybody to have one of his jerseys. I see CJ giving me a thumbs down, but this dude is elite, man. Best of luck to everybody on their action today. I will be posting some things in the YouTube membership group if I see anything live, but I think I'm leaning towards Duncan Robinson, man. I like his points prop at 7.5. I like his over 1.5 threes. I think it's a big game for him. Spoelstra should have a short leash with some of these guys that's been extremely inefficient from the 3-point line. And if they're not making threes, they're pretty invaluable. So I like Duncan Robinson if I'm playing any player prop tonight. I also like Jokic assist to go over just because he went under in the last game. I think he gets his teammates involved. KCP over 1.5 threes, I think is also a good look. But all of these are just things that I'm not willing to put a lot of money on. So I'm not even sprinkling on them. I'm going to just chill, stay disciplined. And live bets will be in the YouTube membership for anybody that wants those. Best of luck to everybody tonight, man. Probably won't see you guys for quite a while. Maybe WNBA show coming sooner or later, but definitely turn the notifications on. Check my page. I'm not on Twitter frequently. But it's been a hell of a ride, hell of a playoffs for sure. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with me throughout the entirety of the season. If there is a game 6, I will be back, to break down game 6 as well. So yeah, best of luck tonight, man. Enjoy the game. Might be the last one we have for a very, very long time. What'd you say, CJ?
Game 6.
Y'all win a game 6?
When it's a game 6.
Oh, when it's a game
When
6.
it's a
Okay.
game 6.
Okay. CJ says so when it's a game 6. So CJ got that money line in his pocket tonight, man. Best of luck to y'all. Like I said, enjoy the game, man. I'm out.